Alrighty homies, the moment is upon us. I didn't catch any fish or anything, but my snake finally laid eggs. Just one of them so far, but it's one that I'm pretty excited about. It's the rusty rat snakes. They're the red ones, and they're the ones that when you breed them together, they make white ones with blue eyes, which are super duper dope. So I'm gonna go in, show you guys a little film of the eggs. I'm gonna get them out and put them in the incubator. She might lay some more eggs too, by the way. I just woke up and I'm super tired, and I think there's 4 or 5 eggs, I can't remember, but she looked like she was done laying, and so I'm just gonna go ahead, get them out, check back in a couple hours, see if there's any more, and then if there's not, I'm gonna check her body, make sure there's none left over in her body, and we'll be all good from there. But I guess I can start off by showing you guys the incubator and the little egg box that the eggs go in. So there's my setup again. The snakes in their 32 quart rack. I'm gonna upgrade them now after the rest of them lay eggs, and they're gonna go in the bigger rack system. But for now, this is what they grew up in, or actually they grew up in one that was way smaller, but now they're in this one, and now they're going to the next size up. But here's the incubator I have. It's the GQF Genesis. I used to use these to hatch quail eggs, but they also work good for reptile eggs. And you can see in there, there's like a little shoebox sized tub. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that out and show you what's inside. So this is what was inside, and you can see if I take the top off, there's some stuff in there called vermiculite, and it's moistened. So you can see if I squeeze it, it clumps together kind of like fishing pack bait. But it's not like damp to the touch. You don't want it like super wet or the eggs are gonna drown. So we'll start with there, and then I'll put the eggs in there. I'll just put like a little divot to set the eggs in, and then I'll check them every couple hours and see how they look. If they start to deflate, that means I need to add more water to this stuff. And it's good to start with a little less, in my opinion, because once you add too much water, you can't take it out. But if there's not enough, then you can add more, or you can add the sphagnum moss and just a little damp and put it over the eggs, and the eggs will soak up the water and you'll be all good. So let's go in there, check out the female and the eggs, pull them out, and then we'll candle them. Alright, so like I said, these are the rusty rat snakes. They're black rat snakes, and they're from North America, which is where I live. But I don't know if she's gonna bite me because she's never laid eggs before, and usually the snakes either bite you when you take their eggs or they don't really care. So you can see them kind of in the bottom of the screen there. Let me go ahead and try and get this stupid top off. There we go. And boom, there they are. So let's see. Looks like there's 5 eggs. Oh, okay, she wants to bite me, I think. So I'm gonna put the camera down and go ahead and get her out of there. And we'll see what happens, because I don't want her to bite me and then I jerk away and then push the eggs all around, because they kind of need to be in a certain position. Anyways, I'll explain that in a second. So you can see all the eggs here now. What I'm gonna do is take them out. They feel like they're kind of hard, so I think they've been in there for a couple hours. I checked them last night, and all I'm gonna do is put them in here like this. Yeah, so I checked her last night about like 6 o'clock, and there was no eggs in there. So she might have laid them late last night. And like I said, it looks like we got 5 eggs. We're gonna go ahead and bring these into the closet and put a light under them to find where the embryo's at. Because for reptile eggs, there is a little embryo. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to get it on camera, but you want to have the embryo on top or the babies can drown. And with colubrids, like the rat snakes, they just lay their eggs and they just leave them. They don't really coil them up like pythons or anything, and they don't like take care of them. But as you can see, we got 5 eggs there, first time mommy. So I'm gonna take this to the closet, like I was saying, try and put a light on them and see if we can find that embryo. So let's see, let's try one more time here. So if you see here, there's nothing, and then if I turn it, there is a little red patch of veins on there. I doubt you can see it, but it's there, trust me, right below my hand. So there's egg number 1. This one you can kind of see a little bit better, the veins running through it. And that's pretty much what you're looking for. I don't think you'll be able to tell in this video, but you can see like right here, there's some veins going through. And that's what you want to be on top. So there we go, all 5 eggs. I'm just gonna go ahead and shuffle them into place a little bit so they don't really move around or anything. And we will be good to go. I'm gonna slap them back in the incubator, and in 52 to 60 days, I think it is, for black rat snakes, they will be good to go. And the incubator's set at 81.5 degrees. So here's the incubator. If you lift it up, you can see the tub I was just showing you with the eggs in it inside there. So in about 2 months, they will be ready to go. Let's check out the mama. She didn't look like she had any more eggs in her, so hope she already went back in her box. Let's see. Oh no, she's squished up on the back there. Just tripping out after having her first babies. Hey mama, you got any more eggs in you? No, she doesn't have any more eggs in her. But she looks good. I guess I'm gonna try and feed her today. Yesterday I tried to feed her and she refused food, obviously. So hopefully she eats it today. But with these guys, you wanna start pumping them back on food real quick. Yeah! It's been a while since I freaking got some snake eggs. They all look fertile too, 100%. They had like, I couldn't see the veins that well, but I did see them for sure. They're super small eggs. Usually I'm used to eggs that are like at least 4 times that big, the big old python eggs. But yeah, those colubrids are pretty awesome. So I hope they all go full term, and I hope they all hatch. Like I was saying, those rusty black rat snakes, when they put them together, they can have an all white snake with blue eyes. I've been told one of them, the mom kind of looks like she might be hypomelanistic as well. And I'm kind of hoping she's not at this point, because then it kind of changes the odds, I believe. But actually, I don't know if it changes the odds. But anyways, I do have a 1 in 4 chance of getting an all white snake, and there's 5 eggs. So hopefully I hit that all white snake. If I do, I'm gonna keep it, but I know I'll at least get some more rusties, some normals, and you know, it's all good. I'm just happy to be back in the game, because it's literally been like at least 2 years since I've had other snake eggs. I think my other one's gonna lay pretty soon too. The one that's heterozygous, lavender albino and hypomelanistic. So hopefully she lays too, and I'll put that and I'll put that in this video. I know it's not fishing, but fishing people like outdoor stuff and animals and everything. So hopefully you find it interesting. So you guys saw a little glimpse of the mom snake. And I guess I'll show you the dad snake just so you guys can see what both the parents look like. You know what I'm saying? Can't leave the dads out of there. So here's the dad in his little hide box. I'll take off the top so you can see his true color. He's a nice bright orange guy. He looks a little red because he's in a blue tub, but yeah, he's nice and bright orange. You can see like in between the circles on his pattern, there's some bright yellow. But anyways, he's super cool. The mom is more purpley. But I like them both, to each their own, you know what I'm saying? Alright homies, it's the next day. Super early, I'm super tired. But the other snake laid eggs. So I'm gonna show you guys that. Give you guys a little preview. Yesterday, the rusty rats laid eggs. And now the double het lavender laid eggs. So this one actually looks like a black rat snake, but it carries the genes for lavender albino and hypomelanistic. So these babies are gonna be super cool. Hopefully I get lucky with the odds and I hit that snake. But yeah, I gotta go set up the box for the incubator. You can see the other ones, the other boxes in there from the other snake. But I gotta go set up this box, put the vermiculite in there. I'm a little more awake now. Got a shirt on actually. I let the egg box heat up in the incubator for the past hour, so hopefully it's warmed up a little. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the eggs out, candle them, make sure the embryo's on top like I was kind of explaining earlier, and then throw them in the incubator. I still got one more female that I think is gravid with eggs. She looks like she's gonna shed, and usually after a shed it's like 30 days, I think, or what am I saying? After they shed, their pre-lay shed, it's 7 to 14 days until they lay the eggs. The other one took like 12 days, and then the other one took like 14 days. So hopefully in 2 weeks we'll have another batch of eggs. But for now, we'll get these out and get them in the incubator. All right, so there we go. The double heads on one side and the rusty rats on the other side. I put the tape with the date on it for the double heads on the far side of, where's my finger? On the far side of the incubator right here. Just in case the white-sided ones have eggs, I'm gonna put them in the same box and put the tape over here. So the reason I put the tape on one side is because you can put 2 clutches of eggs in one box. You can probably even put 3, but the double heads are gonna have either red babies, lavender babies, or white or purplish babies, or black babies. The white-sided babies are gonna be all white-sided, so I'll be able to tell them apart easily. Anyways, those aren't supposed to be here for another week or 2, so hopefully we get 3 clutches. I candled the double het eggs. A couple of them I couldn't really see veins, so I don't know if they were fertile, but a couple of them had really good veins, so hopefully they all hatch. But I guess I'm not expecting like 2 of them to hatch, but that's still pretty good. We got 11 eggs in the baiter, my boys. And the double het female is chilling right back on top of her box, which is exactly what the Rusty did yesterday, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna clean her water bowl out probably in a couple hours, because yesterday the other one made a mess. So I'm gonna wait and see if she does that, and we'll be good to go. Here's the male double het black rat snake checking out the camera. But yeah, so you've seen the 2 males and the 2 females and their eggs, and yeah, I guess we're all good to go now. So I gave you guys a little update, so I'm doing another outro. I don't even think you've seen the first outro. I'm probably not gonna include it. But anyways, got 11 eggs. Hopefully all of them are good. I'll check back on them in a week and see what happens if they get more veins. Or maybe I'll check back in 2 weeks and see if they got more veins, see if they're all fertile or not. But anyways, I'm super stoked. Got 11 good eggs, I got 11 eggs. I think 9 of them are good. We'll see. The other 2 look really good, but I didn't see that many veins. I saw like the little air pocket, but I'm not sure. Anyways, homies, I know this isn't a fishing video, but it's been hard with this whole coronavirus thing. So I hope you like the little switch up. I know some fishing people like reptiles. You always see the snakes cruising around by the ponds and stuff. So let me know if you like this video. Let me know if you want to see an update of the veins in a couple weeks, see if they got any bigger, or let me know if you want to see an update when they actually hatch. As you can tell, I bleached my hair. It's a couple weeks later. I think it's like 18 days to be exact, so almost 3 weeks later actually. And the third of 3 female snakes is currently laying eggs. I peeped in there and saw 1 egg today, or like 5 minutes ago, so I figured I'd rush and get my camera, show you what it looks like, and then we'll come back in a couple of hours and see if she laid the rest of them. A few of the eggs went bad. Well, pretty much like half of the other eggs went bad over the past 3 weeks because well, they dried out kind of, so I put some moss in there, and I guess it was a little bit too wet, and I didn't check them. And long story short, I just tried a different way of incubating them this time, and it didn't work out too good. But luckily I got it under control, so these eggs that this one lays should all be good. I think the first egg that came out might have been a slug. You'll see in a second. So yeah, I think the first egg that came out might have been a slug from this third female, which means it's infertile. I never saw the other male lock up with this female, so I don't know how the eggs are gonna come out, but I'm still pretty stoked. I'm gonna show you guys real quick because I don't want to disturb her that much, and then we'll come back in a couple hours and see what it looks like. I'm gonna be nice and quiet and gentle so I don't disturb her too much. I don't want to stress her out while she's laying for her first time. But there she is. And you can see under her tail, there's a little eggy right there. Oop, lost focus, but there we go. Try and get a little peep through the hole. Right there. There might be 2 eggs. I can't see very good through the camera. Okay, so when I checked like 5 minutes ago, before I went and grabbed my camera, there was 1 egg, and then right there you could kind of see 2 eggs. I don't know how well you could see it, but she was literally pushing out that second egg while I was filming, which is pretty awesome. You don't really get to see that too often. So like I said, we'll come back in a couple of hours and see how many she pushes out. One snake had 5, as you can see. The other snake had 6. I think I felt 6 eggs in this one, so let's cross our fingers and hope we get at least 6. Alrighty then, homies. I don't have my shirt on because it's like midnight almost, and I was just laying in bed about to pass out, and I went and checked the eggs. Well, I checked them a few times and she didn't lay any in the past like hour or 2, so I knew she was all done. I took the eggs out and put her back in her little enclosure. I felt her and made sure there's no more eggs inside, and she is all bueno. So I'm gonna try and either feed her tomorrow or the next day, get her nice and fat again, and I'll show you them eggs. So these are the 6 eggs that she just laid. I looked at them all under my light and they all had good veins. Like I said, my other eggs, like these ones from the double het pair and the pair from the rusty rats, a lot of those eggs went bad because I had too much humidity. Well, first I didn't have enough humidity, and then I had too much, but luckily so like half of those went bad, but luckily now I have the incubator all dialed in. As you can see, I got some saran wrap here, and I put that over the top because this lid wasn't fitting on there tight enough. So now all 6 of these I'm hoping will be good. I will check them next week, and keep your fingers crossed, but I think I will have over 10 babies. I think 11 or 12 babies will come out of the eggs all together. It should have been more like 17, but you know, you make mistakes. So I think these ones are all good, and the white-sideds were originally my favorite color, so I'm pretty stoked on that. So yeah. Anyways, homies, I know it wasn't a fishing video, but I hope it was entertaining for you guys, and I'll probably do another one when all the eggs hatch and the babies are out and everything. I hope you like this little reptile excursion. You know what it is. But anyways, I'm exhausted. I gotta get these eggs back in the incubator. So peace out for now. I will catch you on the flip side.